What's up, everybody? How's it going? How y'all doing? Welcome to El Cinco, a podcast where three friends get together and talk about their favorite shit. We don't think it's the best, it's just our best. This week's episode is video games. Top 5 video games of all time. But before that, this episode is brought to you by Blockbuster. Remember when you read in movies? Blockbuster. Hey, why would you even need a Blockbuster now? Like literally, like there's no need for it. Did Netflix kill Blockbuster?
Yeah.
Was
Even
it
with,
Netflix?
remember, it had to be Netflix with the delivery of the DVDs, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
Because you
hey,
could
kids,
rent them.
for
You
you
could rent them
youngins.
through the mail.
Yeah, because for the youngins, because I heard our biggest supporters are from 5 to 6. So for you youngins, when you listen to this podcast, which you fucking shouldn't, because I'm guaranteeing a dick joke a podcast. That's what I'm averaging right now. I'm literally the Shohei Ohtani of dick jokes. So you guys better be careful, guys. I pitch and catch. But no.
Whoa.
But anyways, no, yeah, I Netflix did not start off as the streaming service it is now. It was literally somewhere you would pay $9.99 for unlimited rentals. No, for like 2 rentals. Like you could have 2 DVDs sent to you at a time, wasn't it? Like 2 or 3 or something like that.
I think that was
Did they start with that?
well, I think that was the
Yeah,
difference.
yes.
Those were the different plans, right? It's like some of them allowed you to have 2 at a
Yes.
time.
Oh
And
yeah.
the
Yes.
more
Yeah,
expensive
yeah.
one allowed you to have 3 or something. Like it kind of worked like
Oh,
that.
you know me, dog. I had my pinky up when I fucking get those DVDs. So I like fucking 10 at a time. So I don't give a fuck. But like the cool thing was it just
But you know what sucked about that is you had to put. Remember, you had to set your list of like preference, priority, and you never got like your
never
top
got
10
number 1, bro.
because they were always fucking taken. That sucked.
But it was still better. It was still better than Blockbuster, bro. You could never find a fucking movie at Blockbuster that was hot, bro. Like you could never, bro. You had to like there was people that would show up when it opened and shit like that. Like it was funny, bro. It was like a whole thing and stuff like that. Hey, and also, kids, in case you forgot about this, Amazon didn't start off with what it was either. It was for textbooks. Remember, when Amazon was just for fucking textbooks, bro. Like,
yeah,
college
literally the start.
started that. Yep.
Yeah, that and half.com. Those were the 2 websites I used like crazy to get my college textbooks that I never fucking read. But like I bought them though. I'm like Enrique is now with books, bro. But I
Did
never read
you at
that
least
thing,
track
dude, but I
them
bought it.
open? Did you at least go like, oh, and then never look at
Yeah,
it
I
again?
looked for the highlighted ones. I always bought used books and tried to get. I was hoping they were highlighted, bro. So it did the work for me, dude.
All
That's
them
what I was
notes?
hoping, stuff like that. Yeah, all the fucking notes, bro. That's what it was. But yeah, man, Netflix was cool. Netflix is still cool. They're still king, right?
yes.
We talked about this in the earlier episode, but they're still king, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your second? Which one do you use more than that? Like, I mean, not more than that. Sorry. Which one do you use probably after Netflix?
For me, Max.
Yeah, Max is a good one for me too.
Does YouTube count?
Well,
hey, facts, bro. Yeah, you're right.
If YouTube counts, then that's probably number 1.
Yeah, that's mine.
Even more than Netflix, you think?
Yes.
Huh?
Oh yeah, for me, yeah. I watch YouTube. I'm watching YouTube right now.
You're supposed to be recording the show with us.
So what? Like, okay, okay, let's go off of YouTube then. What are your top things you're watching on YouTube?
A lot of podcasts. Yeah, right now I'm into videos of people walking around in fancy places where I'm never gonna go. So, yeah, that's what I'm into at the moment.
Can you give us an example of a fancy place that these people walk into?
Like in Greece, Italy, fucking Spain, like all these touristy spots. Like there's a lot of channels on YouTube who got people like they don't talk on it, they just walk. And you just hear the ambiance of the people, all the tourists, just people walking around, all the shops, the beaches, like everything. It's just incredible visuals, just in these places.
Like you're there through a camera.
It's like you're there, yeah. And it's all in 4K, so you know what I mean? It's pretty cool. I mean, I'm like, well, okay.
We know you're a whore when it comes to the video quality.
I am. Well, especially for places like that, right? Where you really get you feel like you're there, right? So,
Yeah.
and
But
then
you know you can actually go to those places, right, Enrique?
absolutely,
Like,
but do you? I also know it costs a lot of money, so
yeah, that's facts.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is true.
and
I
you
feel like
and
that's
I'm
not what's
also
holding you back, bro.
and I'm also a bitch about flying, so yeah.
There it is. And going new places. Let's get that out of the way too, bro. Like,
I love going to new places. I just we don't need to do this right now, bro. Let's have a different. Let's start a different podcast for this. For this
what would that podcast consist of, Enrique?
just fucking you telling me how all my flaws and
I'm not telling you you have flaws. I'm just saying you don't like new places.
I
And you
love
said I was wrong, but
I,
then you didn't give any evidence to dispute what I just said.
I love new places. What do you mean? That
Okay.
I think that's the it's not that I don't like new places. I love going to new places. I just the anxiety of going somewhere where I don't know where I need like how you know what I mean? Like how to go about it to like if it's somewhere where I have to drive to and I have to park somewhere like that anxiety of not knowing what I need to do, I end up not doing it.
Mhm.
That would be fucking terrifying in a place where like, cause I feel like with English, we're kind of lucky, right? Where you can, and with phones now and the whole translating stuff. But I'm just thinking about like going 30, 40, 50 years back and trying to go somewhere and you don't know shit. Like that's gotta be fucking, how people did. And then of course people did it. Like it wasn't like
Yeah.
traveling's a new thing or whatever, right? But yeah, I feel you on that. That would be fucking kind of terrifying, bro, to be honest with you.
I
But
mean, but
I mean, shit.
you say that just to make me feel better. You're not. You guys are not. Normal people are not like that. Normal people. Normal people get excited about going and doing something. They're like, "Oh, I want to do that," and they just do it, and they don't overthink about the process of leaving the house to getting to that place and actually being there. You know what I mean? I think about all. I don't even think about being there. I worry too much about the steps before that, right? And I hate that I'm like that, but
Ah,
yeah.
the actual
I
like
l-
what happens before you get to said place or
yes,
whatever.
yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Like this
That's
past
funny.
weekend is
Uh-huh.
yeah, this
Yeah.
past weekend's a perfect example. All week, all I'm thinking about was because we drove separately. So all week,
Yeah.
all I was thinking about was like, I know I'm going to downtown LA, and I know it's a kind of it can be a clusterfuck. I'm like, is it gonna be a clusterfuck? Like, where am I gonna get like where am I gonna park? I've never been to this hotel, blah 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 blah. And then once I'm there, like, is it gonna be pain in the ass to like everything, right? Like, I gotta get there by a certain time. Are we gonna be able to check in? Because if not, like, what am I gonna do with the luggage? Because I gotta meet Yvonne and Miriam to go do this, and that's what I think about all week leading up to it. I'm a fucking
That's
mess,
crazy, bro. I'm a fucking mess. I love that. That's
but
crazy.
but
Uh-huh.
Sunday when I
You
get
did it.
home, it's fucking
You
awesome.
enjoyed the fuck out of it.
We had a fucking great
Yeah.
time. You spent time with
Yeah.
friends. Something I hadn't
Yeah.
done before. Now I've done it. So now if we
Yeah.
do it again, I'll be much better because I know how, how everything can go, right?
About that, I'm inviting you to new spots every single time and shit, just so you have to go through that again and stuff like that. I'm not fucking letting you like get comfortable at all, bro.
Well,
It's all new shit. New shit
look,
every time, bro.
not to get all sappy, right? But I appreciate the friendships I have that get me out of my comfort zone. My wife has been amazing for me in that for that also because she has gotten me out to experience new things. If it wasn't for me, I'm a homebody, right? So if it was up to me, I would just stay home, you know, and
Mhm.
and watch YouTubes about places that I want to go to. Like that's what I would do.
Not go to them. Just watch those fucking YouTubes of
Right.
places you
But my wife
Just
over the years has been great about, hey, let's go do this. Hey, we should go do this, and we should go do that. And I have anxiety about it leading up to it, but I do it. And when I get back home, I'm glad I did. I'm always glad I did it. Always. It's never
That's
regrets.
cool.
It's always like I'm so glad I did that, and then it just round and round till the next time, you know. But like friendships with you guys, you know, anytime you guys have ideas, oh, let's go do this, let's go do that. I'm always up for it. I could very easily be like, nah, you know what, man? Like, nah, we're just gonna stay because
Mhm.
I know people like that as well. You know that they're just like, nah, it's fine. I don't want to. I always jump at it, even if I can't afford it. I figure out a way because I know I'm after the
It'll be
fact. I'm
worth
gonna
it.
be glad. I'm gonna be glad I did it. You know. So, uh,
You just
so
gotta get
yeah,
past that, like that drive or the flight up there or whatever it is. Like, just
yeah,
get past that first part, and you're good to go.
yeah.
Yeah. No, that's good. That's true. I mean, I know I enjoy going new places. To me, it's not even the like the before, the during. It is literally just like like the Italy's and the places like that. To me, the flight is just mind-boggling to me, bro. I will 100% admit that on a plane, my tops has been 5 hours, and then I had to be on the tarmac for like another hour and a half, and I think that's the closest I ever had to having a panic attack because of that. But if I could like get up and do jumping jacks or do some push-ups in the hallways, I think I'd be fine. But it's just this physical containment of being here, like, and not being able to do anything. Oh,
It's not the
that
fear.
shit's
It's
terrifying
not
to
so
me,
much
bro.
fear of flying, more just being
Yeah.
cooped in and not being able to.
Yeah. I mean, let's be real, bro. Number one, there's less accidents in the air than there ever is in a car. If I'm ever going to die of an accident, it's going to be in a car accident. It's not going to be a fucking flight one. And if I die in a flight one, I'm not going to feel shit. Like, it's not gonna be, it's gonna be pretty like, and you're done, bro. Like, there's no like, you feel, nah, dog. Like, you ain't feeling shit on that one,
You're
bro.
not gonna feel
It's
the you're not
instant.
gonna feel the impact, but it's gonna be scary as fuck, bro.
Yeah, it's
It
gonna
is,
be
but I mean,
scary until it happens.
yeah, but you can
I
also
know.
just be at the point where you're like, hey, fuck, what are we gonna do, bro? Like,
No, I know. I know. I know.
like, you know what I mean? Unless it's like that Batman movie. Wasn't the Batman, the first Batman had that crazy explosion in the
Yeah,
plane? Or am I
the
thinking of a
black.
wrong movie?
Yeah, no, yeah, yeah, yeah. It's an
Yeah,
awesome,
right.
one of the
Yes,
best opening scenes ever.
yes,
Mhm.
yes. That's an amazing one too. But how do you feel about travel, Stevens? You be going places.
I go places. I do have some anxiety just about trips in general, but nothing that stops me. Like, I get anxious when I'm driving trying to find a parking spot in a place I don't know. I get
Mm.
anxious about driving in areas, right? But I still go do it. And then like
Hmm.
airlines, shoot, I just sit down, I fall asleep, I wake up in the new place, I get out,
Yeah.
I'm excited to be there, and I go. So I have no problems with that kind of stuff, but I understand because like people close to me have anxiety about travel and planes and being in new places and being homebodies and not wanting to get out.
Yeah.
So I get
Mm.
it. I'm a homebody too, to be honest. Like if I didn't go, I probably would never go. So
Hmm.
we all need that person who's going to give you a nudge, right? To be
Yeah.
like,
No,
hey.
absolutely. I think that for me, I know my flaws in that area. So
Mhm.
having friends that I have, I don't take them for granted because I know that that gets me out of my comfort zone a lot of times. Sometimes my friends put me in situations that are not very comfortable at all. Um, and you know what the fuck I'm talking about, but
Yeah, bro, it could have been worse, fool. I didn't take you to one lady boy show at all, bro, and I
no,
took John to one of those, fool. So, like, like we were Asia and Seth. It could have been different, fool. Like,
and to
I
be
think he took.
fair,
I think he took. If I'm not mistaken, I think he took a shot of something off of a guy girl's boobs. So I'm just telling you right now, bro. Like,
and to
there's
be
levels
A
to the
guy
game,
girl,
to
dog.
be
guy girl.
to be fair to you, I don't think you intended for that night to
Not
play
at
out the
all.
way it did.
Not at all.
But nevertheless, we ended up in that situation, and it was fun until it wasn't.
I love it.
But
I
no,
love
yeah,
it.
yeah, no, yeah, yeah. But not to keep harping on it. Yeah, I don't take that stuff for granted because, like I said, it's always fun. It's always fun after the fact, and I'm always glad I did, and appreciative that I get invited. Um, because I can also not have those opportunities. You know what I mean? So
So, okay, here's a question. We talk about anxieties, those are anxieties, but what is your biggest real world fear? what is your biggest fear of something can actually happen, right? Like, what's your biggest, like, this could actually happen and I am afraid of, right? So like I've expressed this numerous times to you guys. I am terrified that one day I'm gonna be driving in some fucking ranch ass place, hilly ass place, and my car's gonna break down and my service is fucked because I got Spectrum. And like, shout out to Spectrum if you want to fucking, be a friend of the pod, we'll take it. Cheapest fucking prices in the game, but it's not gonna work. And I gotta knock on that door, bro. And it's some backward ass country. Fucking, they're still like wishing that it is like it used to be. And then like that, so I'm fucked. I'm in a horror movie. I'm literally Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That is my biggest real world fear. And I think that shit can happen. I told you guys, I went to North Carolina. Fuck me, when I was going to that plantation, I was like, this is it. Holy shit. Like, this is it, bro. I
It's
fucking
happening.
set myself up for failure. It's happening right now. So that would be my number one. Again, the first time I hear you got pretty lips, boy, I'm fucking. What's that Burt Reynolds movie, Stevens? What's a Burt Reynolds movie that I'm thinking about?
It's the one in the freaking
Yeah.
like.
I'll make it
Oh,
squeal like
God.
a pig, boy.
Yeah. Gosh dang it.
Oh my God. You
Hold
know what I'm
on.
talking about, though, right?
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes.
that's my biggest fear. That and my second one is ridiculous, guys. I'm so sorry, but it is true. I
Deliverance.
just have this fear. Deliverance, yes.
Yeah.
My second
yeah.
biggest fear of all time is pushing the button to an elevator and I'm by myself, nobody else is around, and those doors open, and it's this little white girl, and she's asking for help because I'm gonna close those doors because that's how they get you. And I know that's how they're gonna get me, bro. They're gonna say I did something, they're gonna catch me slipping, and I'm just gonna close that elevator door and back up, bro. And I'm not Steven, because that's how they gonna get me.
Okay.
That's how they gonna get me, Steven.
I've heard you
Nah,
talk about
dog.
the Texas Chainsaw a lot, but this one, come on. White
No,
girl.
Steven. No, she's gonna be there. She's gonna look like those Villages of Damn girls, and she's gonna be like all sad. And I'm just gonna push that button, and I'm gonna back up.
Well, you're not talking about just a cute white girl. You're talking about like a freaky looking, pale ass doll.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9-year-old. Because if I get in that elevator with her, the door closes behind me. Shit starts happening. Nah, dog. Nah. I don't trust none of that. All right, Enrique Stevens, what is your real world fear that you have? Go, Stevens. I think he's pointing to you. Yes.
He was. I've expressed mine often. I think on the old pod we talked about it, but literally slipping in the shower to the point where I'm neither knocked out or dead, and no one finds me for days because I live alone.
You're probably gonna shit yourself too, Stevens.
Yeah,
that's gonna happen.
Well, that's the thing, right? And I'm gonna be cold because the water's gonna turn cold, so my body's gonna be all like purple and blue. And I look like we all look bad naked, so like, of course I'm naked. Like, and then someone's gonna have to break into my house and find my body, and I'm just gonna. That's how I'm gonna go. Scary.
God damn it. Just like Steven's cereal choices, her fucking death is the most bland thing ever, bro. Like, I'm talking about fucking white girls in elevators. And Steven's like, I slipped and I fell.
Yeah.
Well, because that's real life, man. That can happen.
Oh, nah, you think they ain't trying to get you, Steven? I'm telling you right now, open up that third eye, Steven.
I'm not scared of that. I'm not scared of that.
We'll see what the results are tomorrow, and then those odds go even higher.
That might be really real. That's not timely because tomorrow happened in the past, but
we'll talk about that later. What's your real fear?
Oh man, what am I afraid of? Honestly, like what the fuck?
You know what I mean? Like, what I'm afraid of.
Well, I mean, look, I don't like. I don't. One of my biggest fears growing up, because I grew up in LA and grew up around a lot of tall buildings. One of my biggest fears was always being trapped in a fucking elevator.
Oh yeah.
Oh, just straight being trapped. Okay.
Just being in an elevator trapped or being in an elevator during an earthquake. That was always one of my biggest fears.
You've never got stuck in the elevator for even like a split second or a minute or two or nothing?
No.
Okay.
And
have you Stevens at all? Stevens, you ever been trapped in an elevator by any chance?
Oh, did I? I was like, what did he say? Not that I can think of. If anything, it was short, like 30 seconds or something like that.
Yeah, like it kind of clicked and then it just kind of went again or whatever.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, Enrique, what were you saying?
But that's a good fear, though.
Yeah, I avoid elevators. If I can avoid an elevator, I'm taking the stairs. I'm sorry, or I'm running around like
What's
yesterday.
your flight? What's the number of flights where you're like, no, I get in the elevator?
Yeah, I like that.
Probably 5.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I'll go up 4. I'll go up 4 flights if I need to.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
So I work for this other company, and they had us in Seattle, and there was about 12 of us that were training, and we were all just going around to different places. And one of the stops they wanted to make before we got to this hotel was a weed shop. Right. And this one, weed shops were kind of barely popping up and stuff like that. But this one in Seattle was nice. Like, it was a really classy ass fucking weed shop or whatever. Right. So one of the people got some edibles, whatever, blah, blah. So we get to the hotel, and they're like, let's take the elevator. Well, we had to take the elevator. Let's go up to the bar or whatever, blah, blah.
Mhm.
So we all stuff ourselves in. We knew damn well we shouldn't have, but
Yeah.
we legit stuffed ourselves in. And it was literally like,
Yeah.
like this kind of a thing. And we're moving, dunk, and
Yeah.
it just stops, bro. And we fucking like push the button. And we had to talk to the fire department. The fire department's like, we'll be there as soon as we can. And it was hilarious, man, because at some point in time, like literally 2-3 minutes into it, one of the guys is like, all right, well, we gotta establish a pee corner. Where are we gonna pee? And it was kind of like, don't say that, bro. Because of course, everything you're afraid of, you're fucking.
Yeah.
You need to piss now. You need to shit now. You're hungry. You're thirsty. Your fucking anxiety levels are through the roof or whatever.
Yeah.
And then that same guy, because he's fucking hilarious, is like, all right, I didn't want to have to do this, but I'm gonna have to have sex with somebody just to make sure this kid like our like lives with hot or whatever, like something like that. Going through all this bullshit. And I will tell you, I have never, and I promise this on all the baby Jesuses of the world, I've never smoked anything. Alcohol is my vice, and it's always going to be my vice, but I've never done anything else. But I think that is the closest where I thought, because the lady's like, you're kind of anxious. I was like, fuck yeah, I'm anxious. Like, there's going back to the airplane thing. I'm like, there's no fucking room here, bro. Like,
Yeah.
yes.
I
And
can't
she's like,
imagine. Yeah, that's
she's like, take a little bit of this and you'll calm down. And I'm like, I was like, fuck, man, maybe I am. Like, maybe I
yeah.
will. But
Yeah.
I was like, nah. And I kind of thank God. But no, it was a while. We were there for quite a bit of time. And it was one of those things where the fire department finally opened it and we had to kind of like climb out.
Oh God.
Like,
Yeah.
it's pretty wild. Yeah. That was like, and I don't even know how many floors we were up. It wasn't anything crazy, but you don't even think about the floors. I just was thinking about this.
Yeah, of
And
course.
she's like, you start getting that like, fuck, man. And of course, one of the people's like fucking tripping out because I wasn't the worst, thank God. But and like, it was just, it was a mess, man. So yeah, Enrique, it gets sketchy real quick. I'm not gonna lie about that. That was fucking scary, bro.
Yeah, I mean, anytime, like, and then of course you go to some places like that elevator yesterday, bro, sketchy as fuck. No, thank you. I'll walk around.
One floor.
Exactly. So what's the fucking point?
You should have to jump and you're like, not hit yourself, bro.
No,
Like, you'll be fine.
The point is, it's gonna get stuck, and you're trapped in there. You know what I mean? Like, and not that anything is gonna happen like extreme, but you're gonna be I just don't want to be trapped. I'm just it's fine. I'll just walk around. I'll be all right. So
fuck that. I'm more worried about shitty drivers than I am about a bad elevator, bro. So that was what I was doing. I didn't want to deal with that shit at all.
Yeah.
But today, ahora, we are talking about something that shouldn't stress you out, but for some reason causes a lot of stress with young people because I see them throw controllers all the goddamn time. So what we're talking about today, guys, is video games.
Wait, now, you switched it up on the people. You said rides in the beginning. Did he not?
No, I thought I said video games.
I don't know which one you said. I heard you, but I don't know which one. I'm on the video game line. Yeah.
Yeah, video games it is. So video games. I thought because I connected it to Blockbuster somehow. I could be wrong, but video games, guys, we're talking about today. It's the topic of the week, guys, video games. And this is the thing, though. For us older folks, we had arcades. So our choices can go a lot of different ways, too, because we didn't just have consoles growing up where I feel, and I didn't have a PC growing up. Kids, and even older people can go all kinds of crazy with the PC, too. So we are going straight video games. Maybe Flappy Bird's on there for some people. Maybe it's not. We will see, because we also have the phone games, right? Like, I think my son plays, what's the one that everybody plays? The little monster one. Brawl Stars. I think he plays Brawl Stars more than fucking his console, to be honest with you. So I wonder if he did a list, it'd probably be in his top 5. So what are your top 5 video games, the ones we enjoyed the most, maybe put the most hours into, maybe cussed at the most? What would it be? Steven, starting off this list, the most veteran of all the video game players in here. Stevens, what are your top 5 video games?
Oh my god, the most veteran and the most like novice player ever. Freaking A. This is not my topic of choice. But I
He
have
even said, I want to
experience
do
playing
video
video
games, mother
games.
truckers.
So all of
Do you
mine are
own a
not
console,
going to
Steven?
be. Yes.
Oh, well, there you go. There you go.
I do play, but I'm a casual gamer. I've not completed many games. I've completed games, but I would not say many games. And I don't normally play games that other people play. Like for me, I don't know. It is stressful, like you said. Some games can be really stressful.
It can
for me.
be.
So just take that as we go through my list, and you guys can judge at the end. I had a lot of honorary mentions, which we could talk about later maybe. But at number 5, all the way back to Atari games, the game that I probably put the most hours and probably through the remote or through the paddle, because at that point they were like the joystick paddle, right?
Yeah.
Pitfall. Pitfall is my game of choice. You totally did earlier today. Yeah, Pitfall is fucking awesome. It's my first side scroller.
Yes.
Yeah, it's all joystick and button. Yeah, that little adventure guy swinging over lakes full of crocodiles and
And they were
falling
alligators,
into
Steven. Don't be
pits.
ridiculous.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, so number 5 is Pitfall.
Enrique, do you know what Pitfall is?
I've heard of it.
Like most side scrollers, it's a timing game, and it's literally you swing from vine to vine.
Yeah.
Like that's all it
You
is.
you run on land a little bit. He runs on land, jumps on the vine, and then goes.
Yeah.
My number 4 is
Great
Pac-Man.
story.
Yeah,
Pac-Man.
Pac-Man's freaking awesome, and it's like we would play. Well, probably Pac-Man and Ms. Pac-Man. I don't know which I played more, but spawned cartoons. It's still they just have Pac-Man 99, so it's still relevant and kids know it and all that. So like Pac-Man's been around forever.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Miss Pac-Man more because she was hot, but
that's what, that bow, right?
that bow. Something about that bow, bro.
That bow. My number 3 is Super Mario Odyssey. Because I like
the first one. Was that the first one on 64?
No. Odyssey is a new one. It's a Switch one.
With the hat.
The hat.
No.
Yes.
Oh wait, I thought what was it? Oh, Galaxy. I'm thinking Galaxy. Never mind.
Galaxy is
that's an older
first
one.
Yeah,
that's an older one.
That might have been the first one on the 64.
Where it goes worlds or whatever. Yeah. No, Odyssey is more of a new one. Yes, with Cappy. Yeah, I like that one because the games are kind of a mix of new and old, and it just felt fun to me. And those, like, we went from Atari to a PlayStation. I never had a Nintendo, and I only played at PlayStation jump. Because I bought that shit myself as a college student. Like that's the only reason I had that.
She was still playing pole position where kids were like, "What the fuck is this?"
Hey. Foreshadowing, and then like,
whoa,
it's a banger, bro. But go ahead, okay.
Yeah, like we never. Go ahead.
Did you complete Odyssey, Stevens?
No, I got almost done. I'd probably say like 80% of the way, but then I just kind of stopped playing or whatever. But I really like that game. My number 2 is also where I've spent a lot of time in the early 10s and during COVID was Animal Crossing. I spent a lot of time on my island, building my house, fishing, collecting fruit, and just chilling out. It's fun too because I learned to play with my sister, so we could play online and jump to each other's islands, and cheat the
Oh, that's
system a
cool.
little bit and whatnot. So that's fun. Good family memories and just good time passing. And then my number one is any driving game. Uh, I put Mario Kart, but then I was like, but pole position and Outrun got me there.
Yeah.
Outrun.
Outrun. Yeah.
Yeah, Outrun was freaking awesome at the pizza place we went to. Like I probably put
Yeah.
more quarters in that machine than any other machine. And pole position at home, which was like even on the joystick even, right? I'm on a joystick driving. So
Mhm.
I've been driving my whole life and I fucking love it. And then Mario Kart. Mario Kart is the real answer there, but freaking who doesn't love Mario Kart? Like it's
Great.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could play slow, you could play fast, you could throw stuff, you could play with other people, you can just play by yourself against characters. Um, it's fun. It's fun.
There's something to Mario's in and out strategy of, or not even Mario, sorry, Nintendo's in and out strategy of like, we'll dip our toe in this other shit, but we're just gonna give you bangers. We know
Mm,
what we're good at. We're gonna keep
mhm.
releasing Mario Karts. We're gonna keep releasing Marios. We're gonna throw in a Legend of Zelda every once in a while. We're gonna you know what I mean? But they're so good. Mario parties, like just
Yeah.
bangers. Like
Oh
it's
yeah.
just it's cool that they just know what they're good at and they just keep finding a way to make it happen. That new Nintendo Wonder, like,
Oh
Justified
yeah.
Turning to Elephant is fun. Like, I playing that with
Yep.
my family, like, all of us playing at the same time is just side scrolling and going. It's cool. It's a really, really good
There's
one. What
the
were some of
party
your
games are
what were some
good.
of your Oh, great. Great, great, great. What were some of your
Uh
honorable mentions, Stevens?
so I never played Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, but I watched almost all of it.
Yeah.
um
Yeah, you
I
did.
Yeah, that game is just it's beautiful. That's a really cool
Mhm.
game. Like that's the open world, right? Like
Mhm.
um
Yeah.
I really liked that one. One I played all the way through was No More Heroes.
Ah, with
Um
Tony Touchdown?
Tony
Hell yeah,
Touchdown.
bro.
That one was really
Yeah.
cool. It was either that or Heavy Rain because I finished that one also.
Oh,
But like
fuck, Heavy Rain's so fucking good,
it's a
bro.
good story,
Yeah.
but freaking No More Heroes, like, I don't know, I just love
Mhm.
that. I love that shit. That character's fun. And then I
You
had what
became
else
the
did
number
I
one
have?
assassin, Stevens?
Yeah,
Wow, fuck, I never got that high. That's a
yeah.
good one, man. I don't wanna
Um,
cut that much grass.
it takes a long it takes a long
It takes a
fucking
long time, bro.
takes a long
Fuck,
time.
man.
And then,
Okay,
Epic
okay.
I put Epic Mickey, but that was a very frustrating game too
Mm,
for me. Um,
mm.
but I do love, like, the Disney kinda universe. All the Lego games are freaking fun. Like, there's
The
so
Lego
many
Mhm,
games
fun
are
video
fun.
games. Yeah,
mhm,
so
mhm,
I had a hard time
mhm.
making my list because I just thought, "Man, what do I put?" Like, there's so many. So I had to try
Okay.
to get them all in there.
Alright, I like it, I like it. Alright, what do you got, Enrique, your top 5? You wanna start with honorable mentions, or you wanna go top 5?
Let's go top five, and then I'll hit my
Alright.
honorable mention. For me, I mean, like you said, Stevens, there's so many, but it just comes down to how much time you put into them, right?
Mhm.
So that's kind of what I had to use to kind of narrow my list down. I'm gonna start with my number five being Street Fighter. Street Fighter, I actually
Mhm.
played at the arcade. And
Time out,
then
sir. Time out, time out. You're gonna be disrespectful on this fucking list. You didn't
what?
play Street Fighter. You
I
played
did.
Street Fighter 2. You played
Yeah,
Street Fighter
Street
2.
Fighter 2. Sorry.
Okay,
Yeah.
get it right, bro. Not Street Fighter.
Sorry.
Alright, you
Sorry.
played
Sorry.
Street
Yeah,
Fighter
but
2.
he's talking
Continue
about
with
the
your list.
franchise. He's talking about the franchise.
No,
No, he's
but it
talking about Street
was
Fighter
yeah.
2.
I'm talking about Street Fighter 2 because a
I
lot
know
of
exactly what he's talking about.
when they first came. So then when we were in high school when they came out for the first time on a console, which
Mhm,
was Super Nintendo, and that was
mhm.
like the most amazing day. And of course, we all had that
It
one
was
friend.
exactly as the other one.
Yeah,
Mhm,
and we all it was like the fact that we could play that game time after time without having to spend money was just
mhm.
it was like what world am I living in? Like what is going on? And
Alright.
I can still remember the friend's house I used to go to that who had the console and got the game, and we used to go over there and play it all the time.
What was your
So,
go-to character, Enrique?
oh man, I went through stages. I was basic as fuck with Ryu or
C'est
Ken,
Chun-Li. C'est Chun-Li.
and then
Mhm.
I would use She's the monster looking guy.
Blanca.
Blanca. I would use
Mm-hmm.
him a lot. Um, and I'm sure I used other ones, but those were my main ones, I think.
Very cool.
That I remember using the most. So, but yeah, I mean, I was okay. I mean, I wasn't the best, but I just remember playing that a lot. So,
Yeah, yeah,
my number four is Super Mario Brothers 3.
yeah. Hey, that's a good one. That's a
Yeah,
good one.
that I think
Uh-huh.
that's the one where it became that I think that was the first one where the game kind of took a big step forward with graphics and they
Like the
introduced
world stuff. Is that the ones
yeah,
with
like
the
That's cool.
yeah.
he started flying around, and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you like all these hidden stuff. That game was so fun with all the hidden things and discovering all that. We talk about this all the time where it was crazy how we always would, without the internet, of course, but we would always hear about the secrets, and somehow
Mm-hmm.
we knew a guy that knew a guy that talked about it at school or whatever, and
Mm-hmm.
we somehow found out all the information,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
that was always fun. Um, and then of course that made an appearance on in one of my favorite movies of all time, so that has a lot to do with it as well. So
That made the appearance, bro. It was like the
yeah,
biggest deal in that movie,
I
dude.
know, I know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
My number three is Halo 2.
Two of all the Halos, or is there more Halos on your list? Sorry.
That's my number three.
Oh, okay, gotcha. All right. Mm-hmm.
Halo 2 was not the first Halo game I played, obviously, but it was one that got introduced when I first got into Xbox Live and played against other human beings that weren't in the same room as I was. That was my first experience. It was through that game. So,
Mhm.
um, did not play it as much. I would have played it more if another game hadn't come out after it. We'll just say that.
Mm.
But it holds a special place in my heart. It might be the best Halo game of all time, honestly, overall. The
Mm.
multiplayer in that game probably is arguably the best of all with the map designs and just the playability of it. Um but that's debatable. You can argue it's the best one. My number 2 is Grand Theft Auto. This fucking game, I would play it for hours and it would fuck me up so much to the point where when I would then leave and get in the car, I had to check myself so I wasn't driving around like I just had done it not for hours in Grand Theft Auto. And I really
Driving
had to
wherever
check
you
my
want,
yeah,
hitting people.
I really had to check myself. Like I can't just run this fucking red light. Like I have to actually follow rules. Like I'm in real life now. But I put a lot of time into Grand Theft Auto. It was just a game changer, just the open world of it, just the experience of it. The fact that you could just be a fucking criminal and not get in trouble for it. It was kind of just could you just live through the game and yeah, it's awesome to this day.
You could do
And I
whatever
guess
you want.
I guess I should say Grand Theft Auto 3, right?
3.
That's the which one's that one? Vice City?
No, the one before that.
Oh, the gangster one, the LA one, basically.
Yeah. No, no,
San
no, no,
Andreas.
no, no, no.
No.
No. Fuck. Hold on. I'll find it. I'll
Okay.
find the actual because the first Grand Theft Auto was like an over the top kind of like you just kind of
Yeah, that was
it
kind of
was kind
whack.
of weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say it's 3. Um anyways, we'll find it so
Okay.
we know which one we're talking about.
It doesn't
Mm-hmm.
have a
And
subtitle.
Oh, it's just GTA 3.
Yeah.
yeah, I think that's what it is 3 and
It's GTA
then
3. Okay.
yeah, 3 and then the fourth one I believe was San Andreas and
San
then
Andreas,
the
and I think it
fifth
was Vice
one
City
was
after
Vice
that. No.
City. Uh-huh.
Yeah, Vice City was good too, man.
Yeah.
That was a good one. Yeah, yeah. Okay. What else?
And then my number 1 is Halo 3. Halo 3, I almost
Ah,
probably got divorced because of it because I used to play it so much.
damn.
If you talk to my wife now, she'll tell you it probably got pretty close. Um I played
So we
that
know
game
what's on
so
her hated
much.
list.
I
Well,
know, right? Her top five of the bottom ones.
at the time, I really had it. I also at the time it was kind of a perfect storm, right? Because I would have this game that I really enjoyed playing with other people I knew. We would get online, and it would keep up with your stats, and so it's always a battle of leveling up and keeping up with your stats, and you had to keep playing to compete because I hated losing so much, so I had to keep playing it. Right? It's like you're gonna be horrible if you stop playing it, so you got to keep up. And there was a whole pro scene going on at the same time, and yeah, and there was a possibility I was getting matched up against actual pros that you were
Oh
watching on
wow.
TV. Yeah, so it was like a whole thing, and I had on top of that, I had a job that I didn't really enjoy and it was stressful. So I would come home and come play, and it would just take me out of it, and
Mm-hmm.
it was almost good for me, but I also spent too much time on it.
Okay.
Um, but I played that game a lot, and it was great. I had so much fun. I had a lot of memories. I would have LAN parties. I would do it all. I would do it. I would do it. It
Is
was
that
fine.
one us like are those I know they have stories as well, but like do you
They have
play through the
campaigns. Yeah, the
story really
campaigns are
fast? Yeah.
yeah, the campaigns are really good on those. They're hard to follow. I couldn't tell you every little detail about it. Like it's just
Mm-hmm.
it's the story is kind of crazy. But it's yeah, it's good. It's just I fell in love with that game at a time when I had a little bit of money to where I could buy the gear, the consoles. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
you're at that at it.
Yeah.
It was just like I said, just a perfect storm of circumstances which allowed me to play it for hours a day, pretty much.
Mhm.
And
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
so a lot of great memories for that. That's my number one. Um,
What are some of your
Woohoo!
honorable mentions?
my honorable mention ones are all old games that I played as a kid that are always gonna
Okay.
hold a special part in my heart because those early I grew up very poor, but if somehow my dad, I remember, scrounged up enough money to get me a Nintendo, an NES, and these were games that I played somehow as a kid. So Contra, I remember playing Contra all the time. Contra was fun. Double Dragon, um,
Mm.
Ninja
Great one.
Ninja Ninja Gaiden was fucking
Guidance.
hard
Mhm.
as
Mm-hmm.
fuck, but it was so much fun,
Mm-hmm.
and just being able to kind of like get good at that game was a big deal. So Mike Tyson Punch Out. I mean, I played. It's always that was always a game that you would try to get good at, and so you can brag about how you got to Mike Tyson, and
Yeah.
you always want to go to school the next day and say you did it, right? And then
Mm-hmm.
the very, very, very first game I ever bought, because it came, I don't know if it came with the console when my dad bought it for me, but it was the first, I guess, video game that I actually played was Excite Bike.
Oh,
And
Oh,
yeah.
that makes dope, bro.
yeah,
Yeah.
and this fucking
Yeah.
game, I would play it, obviously, because it was one of the. I don't know if I had another game with the console, but that game was one of them, and I played that. I just remember playing it. I remember the room where I was in when I started playing it, in this
That's
little
cool.
fucking
That's
tiny
cool.
house in Boyle Heights. But I fucking played that game and I loved it. I loved it because I was like, wow,
That's
this
awesome.
is this is crazy. And then you can
That's
build your
awesome.
own track. You can move the ramps wherever you wanted it. It was so cool.
That's cool.
That's awesome. All right, this was fucking hard, guys. This is rough, man. I played a lot of video games growing up. I tell people that the NES was my babysitter growing up because my parents couldn't really get a babysitter, so they put me in front of a fucking NES and let me play there for hours. Shit, ton of honorable mentions. I will save that till the end. Number five, fuck, my first real. I tell people it's like my first real adult game in the sense of it had a huge story and I followed it. I loved it. Metal Gear Solid. Metal Gear
Okay.
Solid for freaking the PlayStation, bro. Oh my god, dude, that was such a good story with Snake Eyes, and the whole thing and sneaking around and covering myself with the box and like just that whole thing was awesome. And Snake Eater's probably better. All the other games are probably better, but except fucking Metal Gear Solid on PlayStation 2, that was fucking shit. But other than that, because you didn't play as a Snake, you played as that other character. I can't remember his name. Raiden, I think. Fucking dumb. But it was just so much fun. Great game, great story, great villains. I remember playing like you said before the internet religiously and not being able to beat Psycho Mantis, I think was his name, because he would read my fucking moves and I'm so frustrated. I'm ready to like fucking just throw this thing through the window. And I don't know why, in some stroke of genius, I remember that I was like, you put the controller in the second port and he can't read your mind. And it fucking worked. And you felt like you cured cancer, bro. You felt like you fucking, this is how they felt when they got somebody to the moon. I was able to think of that in a fucking panicky 3 o'clock in the morning, fucking like, like not knowing what
So
the hell was going on.
you
So
thought of it on your own?
yeah, yeah, in a like fever dream though. But like, but then when I got to school and told people, everybody was like, "Yeah, stupid." It wasn't like I wasn't cool because I was the only one. They were more disappointed in my ass because it took me so long to figure it out. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And I think he gives you hints, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
Which later I was like,
Oh, he basically tells
like,
you,
you just think about
use
that.
the
Yeah,
second one.
use the other one. 4. Sorry, yeah, that was 5. 4.
Are you making this up
Fuck
as
it.
you
I still
go?
think
You don't even have these
no,
numbers.
I'm looking at my list and I'm afraid that I'm gonna like switch it in the last second. But for Red Dead Redemption 2,
That's
Oh,
a great
yes.
game.
fucking
That's a
beautiful
great game.
story.
Yeah.
Ends beautifully. It's not happy at the end. It figures out how to do it. I can kill clansmen. It's so much fun. You can like it's open world and beautiful. It plays as a western. It's slow. You're on your horse, you're just going, and the story's fucking great, bro. It's a western. Like you left your past behind, but you're a criminal, but they come to get you and they tell you that if you go and do this last job, they'll leave you alone. And it's just and then the end, you like, I don't know. Do you remember playing the end of that, Enrique?
I never finished it.
Oh, so spoiler alerts, fuck you guys, it's like 30 years old. At the very end, they come back and they basically they trap you in your barn and they lied to you. They weren't gonna leave you alone. The plan was always to kill you.
Mhm.
And they feel like and you come out of the barn and I remember it said to push all these buttons and I fucking frantically try to push them and then I just get lit up. And I was like, ah! Like it was fucking great, bro. It was so good. Because
Really?
I thought I had a chance. I thought if I clicked all the buttons, I would save them and fuck you, you're dead. Like fucking amazing, bro. So yeah, Red Dead Redemption 2 and the new one's amazing too, but there was just something about that one that just
Yeah.
got to me. Like,
That
but
game
the
was
third one was amazing too.
that game was made for you.
Yeah, perfect because I love westerns, right? And it plays just like one.
Mhm.
It was amazing. Number 3, this whole fucking franchise was amazing. I put tons of hours in. Gears of War. Gears of War was fucking great. I enjoyed every single second of it. It was slow enough for me to shoot, but brutal enough for me to enjoy. It had cool ass characters. The Coltrane, I forget everyone want to be the Coltrane, bro. Like he was a badass. I still remember one night, Johnny and I playing till about like 4 in the morning in horde mode and with 2 students that we fucking tapped in and they're like I was like, bro, we need help to get to this, and they jumped in with us and we literally got to the end of that shit. That was so cool. But just I remember one time playing it here, my wife fucking laughing at us because we were screaming and yelling like when shit would happen. You're like, what? And you're like fucking just going through it and her laughing at our asses. But Gears of War, I recently when I picked up my Xbox One, went through them again with Zion, and that was fucking cool. So I'm hoping they drop, which they are. They're dropping a new one, so I'm really excited about that because that is totally a co-op couch one, and they don't make a lot of those. Like I'm not unlike you. Like I really like to play online. I like to be next to like the dude and let's fucking go, bro. Like Contra, like those games that we kind of grew up with. So that's like the best version of that. 2, oh my god, fucking great. Last of Us, bro. God damn you, Last of Us is great. The ending of Last of Us is perfect. So when Last of Us 2 got announced, I was very fucking hesitant. I didn't think it was gonna work, and they fucking did it again, man. And that was great too. And the love between Ellie and Joel, like in that kind of crazy ass world, it just works, man. I remember before I played it, no, sorry, after I played it, um, Granucci showed me this little cartoon. I think the name of the little thing was called Penny Arcade. It was
Yeah,
just
yeah.
this little like comic strip that they would, yeah, okay, Penny Arcade, and it was all about video games basically, right? And then in the little comic, the guy's like, "Oh, I'm gonna play Last of Us," and then he says like after 10 minutes, and he's like hugging his daughter and crying and stuff like that. And I was like, "Yeah, dude, I remember playing those first 10 minutes of that game, and that shit happens." And I was like, fuck, I had to put the controller down and be like, dude, where are my kids, bro? Like, are they okay? Because it was so, like, it was just great. And Last of Us 2 was one time that I remember I started yelling, and all my kid, my oldest kid and my wife were like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "No, Joel's dead." Like, I was like losing my shit, dude. I was like, "No," like it was fucking great. It's great. So Last of Us for sure, bro. Oh, that's just the thing. But number one, I mean, number one all time. As much as I could try to, I was like, yeah, is it? But it is. When you think about just sheer time and money, it's Street Fighter, bro. Street Fighter 2. The whole Street Fighter world, but Street Fighter 2 in particular, like I got to fucking learn how to do handcuffs, which was this thing that Guile would do and they wouldn't see you anymore. So like I fucking learned how to make that house disappear in the first game because those were tricks and shit that you can do. Like I with Chung Li, if you go up to somebody and hit them with the fast kick or the short kick and throw, you can win. You can beat the whole game on perfect. Which I did that shit. Be like, I fucking learned these things and did it just because I played so much on that. I got my ass kicked by my mom in junior high because of Street Fighter 2, because I wasn't even going to school. I was just fucking playing Street Fighter 2, and she pulled me out in the middle of the street and beat the shit out of me, bro.
You would not go to school because you're in
No,
the middle
bro.
of games?
I was putting in work, dog. Like I was putting in work, bro. Like you couldn't fuck with me on those sticks, bro. Like I was bad, dude. So I was always putting in work, dude.
I
And
respect
yeah,
it. I respect it.
I got the shit beat out of me. One of the fucking coolest things I ever did in an arcade, bro. Coolest thing I did ever. And it wasn't even straight Street Fighter, it was Marvel vs. Capcom. And this fucking guy comes in, bro. And he's got this fucking girl with him. He's king of the fucking arcades, bro. Like he's rocking it. I know. And if you know what I'm saying, you know, he probably had a Honda Civic. It was probably all fucking painted. You know,
How
and he
dare
came
you?
in, bro.
How
He
dare
came
you?
in, bro. And he started fucking like slapping his stick around and going crazy. And I'm like, what the fuck is he doing, bro? And he turns his Iron Man Platinum, bro. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, how did you make Iron Man Platinum? Because at this time, I'm not playing like I used to. And I'm like, what the shit? Bro, I whooped his ass in front of his girl, dog. Like, I whooped his ass, bro. I was like, fuck you. I'm getting fucking Ryu. I'm getting Wolverine. I'm gonna fuck around and get a shitty character like Spider-Man and Captain America and fuck with you. And I did. I whooped his ass with that, bro. It was fucking one of the fucking, again, like I cured cancer, bro. Like I fucking thought I was the coolest kid around and shit like that. But those would be my top 5 hours spent in Street Fighter games, bro. I love the art. Till this day, if I some Street Fighter shit, like I'm fucking all over it. I remember going to my first Comic Con and seeing one of the artists from Street Fighter draw a Chung Li on a pair of fucking Nike, like kind of
Yeah.
like a white, like SB, or even probably like what's the other one that everybody likes? Not the biggest fan of them. Not the dunks, but the thick ones. Anyways, but drawing a Chung Li on the side
Air
of it, I
Force,
thought that was
Air
the
Force
coolest
Ones.
thing ever. Air Force, yep, Air Force Ones. Just like fuck, dude, I love how the characters are. Like it's just cool. Street Fighter's fucking awesome.
I'm
I love it to
imagining
this day.
I'm imagining what's the map on Street Fighter 2 where you're on the street? So that's basically what was going on when your mom
Chung Li,
had you in the street, in the middle of the
bro,
street,
whooping my ass,
and
bro.
and
Whooping
it's
my
like
ass, bro.
I can imagine being on the street just watching. It's like a
Mm-hmm.
match, Street Fighter match
Vignette,
going on.
it was there.
What
Yeah,
would be what would
I
be
fucking
what would be
I
the
drilled a hole
character
in a
name?
quarter with the string, dog, to fucking cheat. Like I fucking did it all to play Street Fighter, bro.
Oh
Like
my god!
that was my fucking game, bro. And fucking Hanish, and that's not racist. That was his name. Hanish showed me out, and he told my mom, and she beat the shit out of me, bro. And I still didn't stop playing that bitch, bro. Like I still played, dude. Street Fighter was fucking just
Yeah,
awesome,
yeah,
awesome. I love it. Tons of honorable mentions. Uncharted, all the
yeah.
fucking Uncharted games. It's like you're playing a video. It's like you're playing in like Indiana Jones. You're playing an action movie. Fucking great. Simpsons with the quarters, bro. Fucking cool. Played a ton of that. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles at the arcade.
Mm-hmm.
Woo! You could pick one of the turtles. That was smoke. GTA, we talked about that. GTA Vice City was probably my favorite. San Andreas was cool too. Bully, which was GTA at school.
Yeah.
Fucking awesome.
Never
Bully
played
was
it,
great.
but yeah.
Yeah. Your parents drop you off at a boarding school. Good luck, fool. Now you got to run. Yeah, you got to run
Oh,
that
wow.
school. It was really, really good. Mike Tyson's Punch Out. You talked
Yeah,
about this. Mike Tyson's Punch Out is fucking just one of those that everybody played. And probably the game I still play the most, not the OG version of it, but I play it with my family, is Mario Party. So Mario, Super Mario Brothers, just the whole world. But Mario Party, they just dropped a new Mario Party. We picked it up
Yeah.
and we started playing it. Like that's probably what I play the most now because time is the thing
Yeah.
that you kind of like lose out on, right? To be able to play. But that's probably the one I still play the most because I can play with my family for sure. Is Mario Party. Which is fun. They're just fucking fun games to play, and anybody can pick it up and play. Like it's not hard.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think those would be it. But yeah, man, way too much time and money that I put into these video games. And there's so Excite Bike. That was a great call. Castlevania games.
Yeah.
Putting a ton of time into Castlevania games. Like there's just so many out there. So it's really, really cool. So two-part question. If you have one, if you don't, you don't. But two-part question to end up the show today. Number one, what was your favorite console of all time? And then number two, is there any game you're looking forward to that's coming out here pretty soon? Or that's just, you heard it's coming out. Number one, best console of all time, PlayStation 2. Me and Johnny stayed up till midnight to buy that bitch brand new at Walmart. I still to this day was the coolest fucking experience I had when buying anything that came as video game wise. And I put in tons of time into that bitch. And I think I have it in the garage still, and it probably still works. Like it's just that PlayStation 2 was built well. And then super excited about the Indiana Jones game. I am playing that bitch, and I'm gonna play the Indiana Jones games. I'm gonna beat that motherfucker because Indiana Jones is just cool as fuck, and I get to play as him. Hell yeah, dude! I'm really excited about that. So Indiana Jones game for sure. All right, Enrique Stevens.
My favorite console of all time was probably the worst ever built console of all time was the Xbox 360. Yeah.
Red Ring of Death, baby.
Yeah. Yeah.
How many times did you have to get a new one?
Just once.
Like, did you have to send it back in?
Once.
Dude, 3 times, bro. 3 fucking times, bro.
I got lucky that it only happened to me once, and I used to play a lot because this was Halo 3 time. So,
yeah.
But that console, I mean, just like you said, the memories of getting online with that console and for like pretty much for the first time, because I bought the original Xbox, but it wasn't and they had introduced Xbox Live at this point, but like people were afraid to get on because people didn't know what the heck it was. Like they didn't understand. Like, what do you mean? Like, are people gonna steal my identity? And then there was like rumors that like it was not secure. It's just a bunch of shit, right? But once the 360 came out, all that had gone and passed, and people were getting on, and it was just the memories of getting on and playing online was good times. So that's my favorite. And then something I'm looking forward
Anything you're excited about?
Well, I'm excited for the new Halo Guardians game, not Guardians, Infinity. Infinite, I'm sorry. Halo Infinite. They people talk about the campaign in this game that it's really good, and I haven't checked into it, but I haven't heard that it has co-op campaign to where I can get on and because the other games have it, but for some reason they didn't put it in this game. So I wanna my whole family and I were waiting for this thing to have co-op so we can get on and play. We played other Halo games together as a family. So
cool.
I'm looking forward to have that getting put in the game so we can play that. And I've stayed away from playing any of it. Like I haven't touched it. I'm waiting so we can all play it. So I'm looking forward to that.
So that's for sure happening, or it's word on the street?
Well, it's more word on the street, but and I believe they've said it's gonna be a thing, but man, it's been years now. I don't know what the holdup is. So maybe it's not happening. I don't know.
Okay. All right, Stevens, what do you got?
My favorite console is probably the Switch. Just because of the portability. I can hold it in my hands. I can throw it on the TV. You can take it somewhere, and like while you're sitting in line at Comic-Con waiting for a panel, you can play a 2-player game. You can play it. It's kind of like your DS, but it's a little bit more user friendly with multiple people, right? Like I like the Switch. Plus, it is probably the one console because I have a hard time with the controllers. I didn't grow up playing, right? So like mine was joystick to controllers. I didn't really have the progression. So like I can actually hold the joysticks, right? Like the side sticks, right? On just I can hold those easily and touch the buttons, and like it's easy for my hands to do. So I like that
Cool.
one.
Oh,
And then games coming
I like
out, I
it.
don't know. I do want to play the Super Mario Party, the new one.
Yeah,
But other
fun.
than that, like I've kind of had to break from games for a while. So yeah.
Enrique, we're talking about this weekend, man. I have the Me Too, bro. I just time. It's
Yeah.
just time,
Yeah.
man. But like games I've always been a story based game, so like gamer, like I like the big stories. So like when Last of Us 2 came out, I was like, I don't fuck what's going on. I'm playing that bitch day one. I'm not gonna finish it, obviously, but I'm gonna put in time till I finish it. And I'm like that about Indiana Jones. I've made that commitment to myself where I'm like, when Indiana Jones drops, I'm
Is
whooping
that
somebody's ass
is
when
that
it hit.
Can't play
dropping? Is
that.
that
And
dropping this month or when
It's
is it
sometime
supposed to
before
drop?
Christmas, right? It's
I
sometime
think it's
before the
before
end of the
Christmas.
year.
But
Yeah.
isn't it? I've heard Xbox it was exclusive for Xbox, but now everybody's
Let
getting
me
it.
see.
But I just wonder if it's going to come out on Game Pass because for a while it wasn't
Let us
exclusive for
see.
I
Xbox.
think I think it is gonna be on Game Pass. I think that was the big thing.
There you go, man. I mean, can't ask for more than that, bro. I don't even have to pay extra for it. I can just download it when it comes out. Yeah, I'm in, bro.
December 9
Coming up.
for
Yeah, so
Windows
I'll have
and
to give you guys
Xbox,
updates.
and then a PS5 version for spring. So they're crossing over.
Oh, so they held it for a few months. Okay. I was
Yeah.
wondering why Xbox gave it up, but that's cool. You still, hey, you want to play it first? And if it's a banger of a game, people are
Yeah.
they're gonna figure out a way to do it. So okay.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Nice.
No, excited about that for sure. Oh, Fag, another shout out. I just looked up in my son's room and I saw 35 Batmans. Fucking we talked about this week. The Batman
Yeah.
games, the Arkham Asylum ones.
Yeah.
God damn, bro, that was so good. All three of them. I played all three of them. The first one with Arkham with Mark Hamill as Joker. The second one with Clayface in them. The third one with Red Hood. Fucking great too, man. I say that's perfect bats. Like that's just perfect Batman right there. So those are good ones too. But I think it feels like we could talk forever. This is probably the longest podcast we recorded so far. I think video games
Yeah.
kind of did it for us. But again, those are our top five guys. Not the best, but what we feel is the best. So make sure you check out that. Let us know. Check us up online. Give us your top five, other things you want us to talk about. But I'm interested to see what other people's top five video games are. So I can talk shit about them if I don't like them. But keep checking that out. Make see what you guys have. Hey, Enrique, say bye.
Bye. See you guys next week.
Stevens.
Bye, guys.
And remember, my name's Yvonne. Love you guys. Have a great one, guys. And again, let us know what your top five are. Have a good one, guys.